Hey everyone, welcome to the Baskin dining room and to the Austin version of the Baskin gender reveal party. For real, welcome. We wanted to do something a little more, I guess, interactive, somewhat personal, more personal than a text message and a mass email. Although if you made it this far, you did get the mass email. So this is the more personal version of that mass email. So thanks for checking us out. We want to welcome you guys, and we thought we'd have a little fun with kind of sharing with everyone what it was that we found out today about 11 o'clock this morning. So sit back, enjoy, and hopefully you know the rules of Scrabble, because if you don't, you're in big trouble.
So we also just wanted to give some background on where we've been and where we are now as far as finding out the news about a baby in general. So as you can imagine, after 3 weeks of marriage, getting that news, we were a little shell-shocked, but we were just sent to scripture by the Lord, and He really taught us a lot. And one thing that stood out is in Luke 1, when the angel comes to Mary to tell her that she's going to have Jesus, he says, "Behold, do not be afraid. You found favor with the Lord." So that was encouraging to me, even as one of my moments was, I don't know how to be a wife, how am I going to be a mom? And just being encouraged by the Lord, don't be afraid, this is favor. And then Jake gave me this gift, and it's a bracelet that has on it Psalm 127:3, which says, "Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward." And so we've just been really encouraged by both of those things.
All right, so for those of you that don't want to wait till the end of this little video, you can try your hand at just guessing the name of our child. We actually have 4 names represented here. The first name of a son, the first name of a daughter, the middle name of a son, and the middle name of a daughter. So knock yourself out. If you'd like to hit pause and just try to guess, there's 2 names in there that we're actually going to tell you here in just a second. But for those of you that are too impatient to wait, knock yourself out. All right, here we go. Yeah.
Yep. The suspense. We had it all morning, so.
Yep, welcome to our world. And soon, in 4 months, welcome to the world, Miss Clara May.
We're having a daughter.
Yeah. So, like Meredith said, we really felt like God's laid the word favor on our heart throughout this process. That's one of the words that's really been kind of jumping out to us. And as we looked into that a little further in the Hebrew dictionary, it really talks about favor is what a king can do if he so chooses. And it's also meant to remind us of our standing before the Lord and our approval in His eyes. Is really what favor is all about. And so we've really, as we got over the shell shock of the first couple of weeks of getting the news, we've really started to walk in a lot of excitement and joy over the favor that we feel like God's put on our lives, and so through this child. And so as it relates to the name and how we came to it, we'll go, I think, first name first. Just kind of picking up with the Mary story that Meredith talked about, where she talked about the favor of the Lord being on her and not to be in fear. There's also some other characters in that story, like the shepherds that were drawn to Christ by a bright light, by a bright star, and Jesus is referred to in other parts of Scripture as the bright morning star, and He's the light of the world, and His people are called to be salt and light in the world. And so we just kind of kept coming back to this idea of light as it relates to the favor from the story of Jesus. And so we really like the name Clara because it means bright. It means has to do with light. It has to do with fame. And so we hope and pray that our daughter Clara will be about expanding the fame and the kingdom of Jesus Christ. And so that's a little bit about what's behind the first name. And then the second middle name is really, there's a really cool scripture in Proverbs 16 that says that the king's favor is like the spring rain. And as we started looking at the calendar, just realizing when the due date was going to be and how that verse about the favor relates to spring rain, relates to the king, and we know that favor is what the king can do if he so chooses. We just really felt drawn to the word May. And as we thought about it a little more, my grandmother, my mother's mother, Shirley Noland, her middle name was May, and I was very fond of her. I got a chance to the honor to eulogize her at her memorial service a few years back, and so we thought we were big on names having meaning, and so we wanted to incorporate a family name if possible, and so this really worked out well with what we've been learning about favor and the spring rain that will be coming our way. So yeah, I'm going to talk about what was the last thing we were going to talk about?
Oh, we wanted to say thank you, right, to Heather, or Bo, and Ben, and Rush, and Brother Ben.
We have two Bens, but yeah, so Ben Burnett and Heather, and Ben and Baskin, and his wife Brandy, and Rush and Kaylin. So my two brothers and
my sister. So all of them have gone before us and having daughters. And we realized this morning after finding out this news that we can cross a budget line item off, that we were kind of concerned about all these clothes. But we know we have a lot of hand-me-downs now, so
that's
thank
right.
you in advance.
We have nieces and cousins like 10 years, 8 years, 6 years, 1 year, 2 years ahead of us. So we're excited about that. So keep the free clothes coming. Thanks for watching, guys. We love y'all. We'll look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Bye.